Good time zone, Speedgaming. Speedgaming 4. Welcome back to the Timespinner Randomizer tournament. Today for you, we've got Jarno versus Tonberry James in our second match of the tournament. And with me today, I have Leo MZX. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
G'day. How's it going, everyone? Should be a pretty good match here as we have the creator of the Timespinner Randomizer here going up against Tonberry James. Should be interesting to watch.
Yep. We've got our wonderful runners here. Let's get them going shortly. But some important things about this year versus last year. We've got different settings. Our big one being Prism Break, meaning that our laser gate bosses, which are traditionally the twins Ilana and the Ma, no longer activate our laser gates.
Yeah,
So
really
those will be
interesting. Really
go
interesting
ahead.
change in the randomizer. And certainly not the only one. Sure, we can get into a lot more of the changes since last year once we get our race underway here, and hopefully we can get that going. There we go.
We're getting them underway, just making sure that they were all set. We were all set. Everyone's all set.
Everyone's all set, and in a few seconds we'll see our racers head off and see who can be the fastest time messenger.
Yes, and fast they will be. We have the quick seed settings turned on, which means our runners will start with the Talaria attachment item, allowing us a lot of early access because we do have those longer jumps from being able to dash. So we'll be able to guarantee to access Lake Serene.
Indeed, and aside from that, of course, starting as usual as an inverted seed, which means our players will be starting in the past, which generally opens up a lot more options a lot sooner. It's definitely not a change. It's been happening at least for a while. I don't know if I don't know how it was in the early years, I suppose.
Yes, ooh, Gun Plus.
Ooh,
We've got
Gun
damage.
Plus.
24 base damage and Aura Serpent Plus. It's a pretty solid starting set.
I'm definitely a fan of Gun Plus, especially after last year.
Yes. Another big thing compared to last year, we are using what is it called? I Spy, which means
Yes,
that
I
we will be needing our Oculus Ring to break hidden walls.
Now that I find fascinating because that is going to potentially orphan some checks if our players are not paying attention. Also, plasma guys are super early, so we're going to be able to get to the Yas Queen room nice and early.
Yep.
As soon as we get there.
Instant pink item, which is any of our plasma orb related items.
Now we've already got some divergence here. Jarno going right, Tonberry going left. We'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, since this is just our second match of the tournament, there isn't really compared strat yet. So we're kind of making it up on the fly. I do like the left into warp. I think it very much mirrors what we saw last year with the hitting the upper warp and then warp, because just like last year, we do have the Unchained Keys, meaning we will start with the Twin Pyramid Keys. And that means we want to have that warp active for warp shards. because you
Indeed.
can't warp shard if you haven't warped yet.
That definitely allows for a lot more mobility options.
Going
Jin
to become
Inferno for
more
Tonberry.
popular as the tournament goes along. Oh yeah, Jin Inferno. I did not end up seeing what modifier it was, but that's
I
fire
believe it
for
was a
our
plus.
vines. And if it's plus, that's a lot of damage too.
Tonberry going to the Caves of Banishment. Economize a ring for Jarno. That could be useful potentially. Oh, is it neutral?
Yep,
Okay.
yep. Neutral. Still a really good spell because it is our one allowed glitch,
Yeah,
meaning that
because it's easier to pull it off than to not. Because you kind of gotta go out of your way if you're not doing it. For
Jarno
anyone
Crown.
who's not aware of it, if you cast, Jarno, early death. We'll see how that plays out. Security keycard, a Tonberry. But as far as Jin Inferno, if you cast Jin Inferno while it is currently on the screen, then the subsequent cast will be free, and you kind of got to go out of your way for that not to happen.
Yep, so it ends up being a really good DPS source. We'll see what other orbs or spells we got. Gun Plus does have a pretty nice DPS source, since I know both of these players, I believe, do orb swapping. So
Yeah, it is a
really,
little slow, but especially considering that it is plus, that's going to be a lot of damage.
yep. Gun Orb and Plasma Orb benefit disproportionately more than other orbs when they are plus, which
Hmm.
is kind of incentivized, for people to use them because before they were really, really sad to use. The damage just didn't scale well compared to others. So those two got a buff, and now they are really fun to use again. Maybe not
Oh,
your best
definitely.
option, but you're certainly not like thinking,
There's Jin
well, that
Inferno,
was a waste of
Jarno.
a plus orb.
And the Economizer ring for Tonberry.
Yep, Economizer Ring, really good. Makes your spells cheaper, and I believe that is one of the rings that benefits from actually being a plus. A lot of them don't, but I think Economizer is one of the ones that does. So we will see decreased spell cost, which is really nice, because we do have that Aura Serpent plus.
For sure.
As both of our players make their way back into the Castle Keep.
I may have been mistaken when I said one went left, one went right. I think they both went right.
Well, you kind of end up here. I didn't see if either player checked their map to see the flooded state of Lake Serene, because that can
Wasn't aware
also
that
be
you
a
could
pretty
check
big
that on the map.
influence. Well, you can't necessarily see if it's flooded on the map, but if you
Oh,
use
modern warp
the
beacon on Tonberry.
Modern Warp Beacon. Modern Warp Beacon is one of our two methods of accessing the present, or the future, I suppose, since we're starting in the past. Uh,
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Yeah, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. What even is the present? Military hangar. That's
that
actually a really good spot.
and that is modern warp beacon Jarno.
Yep, and both of our runners picked up Kobo, which will allow them to access the Ifrit boss fight in the library,
Or
which they can't
whoever is
quite
there.
access just yet. We're missing a few key cards for that, but
The Ifrit location at the very least. We do have boss randomizer, so we'll see who ends up being there.
yep. So boss rando, we're gonna see each of our bosses once. Maybe not where they're supposed to be, but they will scale their HP and their damage based on whatever spot they end up on,
Also,
which can mean
Jarno just getting Griffin there, which I believe unlocks the other secret boss. That's the Raven Lord location, I believe.
No,
No?
that is the Merchant Crow familiar that does that one.
Merchant Crow. It's one of the birds, anyway.
They're both birds. They may as well do the same thing. Oh,
Time
there's one
Spinner
of our
Gear
Time
1
Spinner
for
gear.
Tonberry.
Yeah, so didn't really go in how you're supposed to beat this randomizer. We need all 5 pieces of our Time Spinner. That's one of them. There are 3 gears, a wheel, which acts as our time stop ability, and the spindle, which isn't super relevant anymore. It could still end up being relevant if it's our only way past those keycard doors in the middle of the library, but
Is definitely more relevant if you're doing non-inverted seed.
ooh, a Star of Vacuum.
And that gives you
That's
an extra attack, and that's a plus as well, so...
Yep.
I don't know if... Does the plus give more damage for that third attack?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. So it's just based on whatever your attack is, then.
Yep. Oh, and we're gonna go see the library here.
Also, Tonberry
Barnograph
has
Towers.
opened one of the gates to the present castle gas mask as well. Oh, and the time spinner wheel.
And the Time Spinner wheel. We've got Time Stop.
And Jarno getting his first gear.
I like this out of Tonberry. Going, getting that Time Stop and going, well, that gives me a lot more I can do in the past and just immediately dipping. I like to see that. Because it's kind of just a pretty heads-up play. Oh, and our Lake Serene is flooded. So that's why we didn't see our runners go this way.
Oh, Pendulum. That's pretty good. Prevents poison.
Poison is an absolute menace in this game. It'll slowly whittle down 10% of your HP, which is like a lot.
Yeah, it can definitely get dangerous. And also, the Gen Inferno being a source of fire will let the players burn the vines in Lake Serene, which does have an effect in the present and unlocks something around 8 more checks over the course of the game.
Yeah, something
8 or
around
10.
that.
Sun Ring for Tonberry.
Yeah,
Some
both of
health
our
regen
runners
if you
making their way through their respective checks, just avoiding all boss fights, which I can't blame them. You're really early. The bosses you have access to have, at best, 1,600 HP.
Ooh, security
Security
key
key
card
card
B
B.
for
That
Tonberry.
is
And here's
more
our first
present
boss.
access.
It is Cantorin.
Cantoran. Fortunately for us, Cantoran is not strong against our gun orb. We will be seeing Cantoran go down pretty
Nice
quickly
wheel for
here.
Jarno. And the gas mask.
Yep. There goes Cantoran at the Azure
Oh,
Queen.
on Light Wall!
And there's Infinite Vertical. Light Wall allows you to cast, get this, walls of light that you can stand on and jump off of. So,
Well, it's not
we're
quite
probably going to be
infinite.
pairing that with our Economizer ring.
Oh, for sure. Because that does depend on how much aura you have, but you can go up pretty high. It's not quite the Celestial Sash, but hey. When you gotta go up,
It's
you gotta
Infinite
go up.
Vertical. Our runner's probably not too happy about
Oh, Poison Trap Jarno.
single jump light wall infinite vertical, but they'll manage.
Oh, for sure. Got some sass from the chat here. Hopes it'll be a non-sash run. Well, we'll see about that.
We'll see about that.
Light wall
Mary
or
James
slowly
making
vertical.
use of some light wall tech. If you crouch while you cast light wall, it places the light wall slightly lower.
Arm Cannon Tonberry.
Arm cannon, we've got
Bit of a slow
spells.
spell, but very, very high damage.
Very high damage. It actually has 2 entire damage types. It's got that radiant damage type, which is really strong against a lot of bosses, and it's also got that slice damage.
Tonberry
And
getting
here's why we
into
like Light Wall.
the twins
Light Wall
here.
is a very strong spell, even offensively. You wouldn't think it, but you
Well, the
just
thing is,
cast 3 of those in a boss and goodbye.
yeah, it just stays on the screen for a long time. And actually, that was twins at twins location. That gives
Yep.
laser access. That's 2 of them for Tonberry.
French vanilla laser access. That's supposed to give
Oh,
us the
light wall
haircut,
was
but
plus.
as
I missed that.
yeah, light wall was plus, so we've got great damage options here.
Big damage. Also,
And
since we were talking about Cantor, one change that I am definitely a fan of is that you no longer get stuck behind Cantron.
yes, Cantaran was changed from the last tournament, making it a opt-in boss fight, which
And you
is
get to see
very
who it
good.
is as well.
Yes,
I
it's just
feel
like
I feel like that change came about because of my performance last year, but I don't have any proof of that.
it was really unfortunate because it was kind of a gamble to go to Lake Serene if you didn't know that you were going to be able to defeat whatever boss was at Cantaran.
Exactly. As the
Jarno
problem
picking
that
up
I was
that
running into was I was a little worse equipped than my opponent, and yeah.
Yep. Jarno picking up that B card is making pretty quick work of Cantaran. Cantaran is actually weak to Empire, so I'm surprised we're not seeing Aura Serpent here.
What one might blame it on, well, maybe you don't remember, but also, again, Jarno made this randomizer, so one would think he'd know. But still,
You'd
got
think
through it.
he'd
That's the
know.
important thing.
You'd think he'd know, but at the same time, I've got like an entire spreadsheet in front of me showing me everything.
There's Jarno's light wall.
Light wall. Jarno
Yeah,
is probably
there's a
unhappy at
lot to
me.
remember, though.
I rolled this seed. I am the source of single jump light wall towers.
Oh, Princess Dress. Good equipment for Tonberry.
Yep. Equipment is very good in this game. Like ridiculously strong. We're looking for the eternal another princess dress. How convenient.
Just for good measure.
We're looking for the eternal coat, which is our best in slot armor, and the Empire crown, which is our best in slot headgear.
I believe
There
that'd
are
be the
other
eternal
really
hat,
good
wouldn't it?
ones. I mean, there are other really good hats,
Yeah,
but
both
the
of them are
Empire
good.
crown provides the most damage, which is generally what
Oh,
runners are
gotcha,
hoping for
gotcha.
here.
Well, it
Other good
depends
ones,
on your strategy.
yeah, other good ones are the Princess Crown, which provide additional aura regen, and the Eternal Crown, which provides additional sand regen. Both very
Yeah,
good, but like
Yasmin Room
Empire
does not
Crown
seem to
provides
add very
additional
much.
damage on top of its damage, so.
Oh. A little stumble there for Jarno.
Single jump light wall is everyone's favorite type of seed. And I will take no criticism on this statement.
There we go.
But generally, to quote Wef Chebster, don't get cute with your light walls. Just place them smart, and you should be fine.
He definitely would know what he's talking about. He is one of the
Wef,
high level runners of this game typically.
Wef is pretty good at this game. But yeah, I don't
Meanwhile,
imagine our runners are too happy about single jump
oh,
with the light wall. Wef, I
light
wasn't
wall a little
talking
too high.
about you. No? We were talking about a different Wef Chebster. Don't worry about it, Wef.
One of the 75 WEF Jebsters in the world.
Yeah,
Definitely.
there's several. I wouldn't worry about it too much. But yeah, don't get cute with your light walls, and you're pretty fine.
The worst thing with light wall is trying to make it across a vertical screen boundary, because if you go up
Yeah.
above the boundary but then fall back down, that light wall isn't there anymore.
Yep.
You're picking up an advisor hat and some warp shards.
Advisor hat and warp shards.
Sugar breasts.
Yeah. We got some
Decent
healing. We
healing.
got a cool hat. We got our warp shards. Our runners are all set. We've got everything we could ever need. We've got damage. We've got warp shards. We've got a cool hat. I mean, what more could you really ask for?
Who needs a time spinner anyway?
What's a time spinner? Celestial Sash, never heard of it. Tonberry James making their way into the library. You think we're gonna see that Ifrit spot boss fight?
It does look like it's he's hanging over
It's certainly an option. Honestly, I'd probably peek it and see what boss is there.
It's not a bad idea.
If I can deal with it quickly, then yeah, but that boss has 5,000 HP. And if I can't deal with it quickly, that's just not the time that I think I want to invest.
Absolutely reasonable.
Which is, I feel like, kind of going to be the story of this tournament, is how much time do you want to invest on fighting low equipment bosses?
Exactly. At the very least, we have 5 checks here. Let's see what we get. Radiant Orb.
Radiant Plus.
And
Library
there's a
V
V card.
We are going to peek the boss.
And equipping the
Setting
Radiant
up
Orb
some
on
orbs.
Radiant Gun, getting some good variety here. Meanwhile, Jarno taking care of Dad.
Yep, goodbye, Dad. Nice knowing you.
We got Gate. Or Ma.
Yep, Ma, very weak to light, or radiant type damage, so
Just
this is
realized,
probably one we'll stick through.
Just
Cast a few
realized
light walls in there.
Jarno taking care of Pa and Tonberry taking care of Ma.
Yep, both done at roughly the same time. I don't think we got anything too particularly great out of that spot, but you know, we'll be fine. It didn't take too much time.
And neither player really at a distinct advantage. Tonberry has the V card, but doesn't have the doesn't have the tablet yet. So
no tablet. The only real difference in equipment is I don't think Jarno went to our twin spots. I think he's missing a laser access.
Right. That could
He
come
might be
into
planning
play.
to get that on his way down, but
That could come into play, or it could be completely irrelevant. We'll have to see where the time spinner pieces are.
I mean, if we never find that third laser gate access.
I think it was last year that the qualifier seed, at least in my experience, was entirely in the past. There was no present access whatsoever.
The present was entirely bait in last year's qualifier, so runners very, very familiar with the concept of, I don't need to fight this. I don't need to do this. It just might simply not be required. As we see Sandman at our boots spot, very quickly taken down, weak to fire. Goodbye, Sandman at boots.
Couple of checks here, of course, will have to be left behind. We got security keycard A for Jarno, but yeah, I don't think anyone has the Oculus Ring yet. So
Yep.
couple of
We've
checks.
seen no Oculus Ring. We're leaving so many breakable walls behind because how could you know they were there?
I know,
you
right?
think we're mind readers? It was really nice of Jarno to implement this setting that makes it required. Like, frankly, how would you keep track of all of the breakable walls?
Yeah, for real. Like,
If only there was a really good in-game tracker for all this stuff.
I know, right? It's like it would be so nice if you could press select and then hold down X or Y depending on your controller, and it would show everything that you are able to get
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, that would be like really cool. And if it showed it in a pretty distinct, like, let's let's go out on a limb and say orangey color. That's
Right.
pretty cool.
Nice fluorescence.
Yeah, it's just a really distinct color from either of our map background colors. It would make the rando really approachable as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we need more people playing this.
Yeah, if you have no idea what Timespinner is, or have played Timespinner but are worried about getting into the rando,
Oh, there's Merchant
there's a
Girl.
really good in-game tracker. It's really approachable. We did see our Merchant Crow familiar.
Yes.
If when we get access to our labs, that'll open up that boss fight, which is 2 more checks. But of course, that would require us to actually get there. Fortunately, we haven't seen too much in the way of progression in a while. Like
Yeah,
we've
kind of
cleared out
stale.
almost all of Lake Desolation. We saw Jarno clear out the bit of towers that was accessible.
Oh, there's the
Oh,
tablet for
that
Tonberry.
might be it.
That
Tablet
will
allowing us
definitely,
to download items off of the various terminals in the library and in other places, but
and considering that
mostly in the library.
he does have the V card, so it's got to be what about 8 checks?
Yeah, there's the 5 terminals there, plus the 3 more. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's 8. Lots of checks in the library that we're gonna see here real quick.
I got some
Runners
high fiving
hitting a
going
high
on
five
here.
on their way. Doing 2 very different things, but high-fiving nonetheless.
Oh, Galaxy
Galaxy
earrings,
earrings.
not bad.
We're gonna see those equipped. Galaxy earrings, in vanilla, provide 1 extra orb XP when you gain it. But
Oh, that's another warp
that was
beacon.
our mysterious warp beacon and an elevator keycard. Mysterious warp beacon is our easy access into the pyramid, the end game area, and that elevator keycard will allow us to use the elevators
Yeah,
in
that tablet
the
coming in
towers.
clutch. Lots of access happening. But we see Tonberry going to sealed caves.
Sealed caves. In our first race, this is where we had our final wheel piece, or
Ooh.
time spinner piece. It was all the way behind Zaria,
Oh,
at the very end of this cave. It
I
was kind
I
of
wish I
neat.
had caught that one.
I didn't finish explaining the galaxy earrings. Those are buffed in the rando because we frankly don't spend enough time for them to be worthwhile at only 1 extra orb experience. So I believe they were buffed to like 15 extra
Ooh,
experience. So
spicy.
it's probably worth an equip if you get it early.
Oh, Empress
Whoopsies.
robe for Tonberry.
Whoopsies. We locked ourselves in jail with Lightwall. Jarno making quick work of Ma. Oh, there's a Felician crown.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good pickup.
Oh, we got a save and quit from Tonberry.
Yep. For the 1 check, it's really easy because there is that save point there to just go down, check it, and then come back.
Definitely a technique that I could use some more practice on is save and quit, because on one hand it can save you some time, on the other hand it can also be very harmful if you end up saving and quitting after getting something important and then forget that that something important is there.
Yeah, because it's not a save and quit. You have to save and then it's a quit out.
Right.
You don't save your items if you
That
exit the
is
game.
true. As force of habit calling it save and quit. Anyway, water mask for
Yeah,
Tonberry.
I'm gonna link to the past player too. I'm so used to calling it a save and quit. Water mask, we can go underwater because we are
Yeah,
no longer afraid of drowning.
I am more of an archipelago player, and my options file has about I think like 15 games in it that it could pick randomly.
Oh, Tonberry getting bailed out was getting cute with his light walls, but fortunately, not too cute. We're still fine.
Interesting choice of enemy placement here on Tonberry's side, because when this area is underwater, instead of the little jumping dragons, you get the water dragons, which
Yeah.
I think is a neat touch.
Oh yeah, this area
Oh,
isn't supposed to have water inside of it.
exactly.
But thanks to the wonderful Rising Tides flag, it now does. There are many areas that can be flooded. Some areas actually can get into a state of unfloodedness.
Now we got
I
Mama
mentioned that
Bird
earlier with...
at Darien.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a lot of HP we're trying to burn through. It's
Going
like
down fast, though,
3,000.
already at phase 2.
Yep.
And there we go.
Quick work. Using
Now
Fire
for
Orb.
an ice orb.
Ice Orb's awesome. Everyone loves Ice Orb.
Especially
Ice
Ice
Orb
Orb.
is
But
very, very unfortunate.
at least it's plus. It could be minus.
Yep.
Ice Orb mine is definitely the worst starting weapon.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I've played a seed like that, and man, was I tired after that one.
I think all of us have played at least one Ice Orb minus seed.
Yeah, play with damage randomization. It's great. We all love it. None of us have ever complained about damage rando in our lives.
We all love it, and it hates us.
Jarno picking up the tablet.
Ooh.
Finally got there. Hey, Icicle Ring.
Now, if you're gonna have some ice weapons, the ice ring is definitely a good one. Icicle ring, throwing projectiles.
Unfortunately, if we're gonna parry with anything, we do have Wind Orb minus, so we're probably not gonna see the Ice Machine Gun because Wind Orb has the single fastest attack rate, which makes it really fun to pair with Ice Orb.
I think the Nether Orb
Icicle
is
Ring.
second fastest. Is Nether Orb plus in this run?
It was minus.
It was minus as well. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
we just unfortunately don't have the items for it this run.
Yeah.
We're gonna see a full clear of the Varnagroth towers from, well, a mostly full clear. We don't have C card to go fight Varnagroth proper.
And then there's the mysterious warp beacon as well as the elevator key card for Jarno. Laser Hellway just has a Shattered Orb minus.
Yep, we knew that one early. We saw Bombardment minus and everyone's souls died just a little bit. Bombardment is maybe the single-handed best DPS option. At least in terms of spells. Rivaled by Jin's Inferno, but if you can land all of those shots, it is quite the powerhouse.
Oh, for sure. Got about 15-20 minutes now. No new Timespinner pieces, so this one right here is a sample. Oh well.
Yeah, we're 30 minutes in with two of 5.
A lot of options though. Pretty open world for both players, I think.
Yep. I don't think we've seen lower Lake Serene because that was flooded, and I don't believe we've returned with our water mask yet. So that's the entirety of Maw Caves, as well as
And
those few checks down there as well.
Jarno's still looking for his water mask, but I do believe that it is in the sealed caves, if I'm not
It
mistaken.
it is in Zarion Caves because you find it and then you immediately use it to go all the way to
Yeah,
Zarion.
that's right.
I believe it's in not Jackpot Room. Trademark.
All rights resevered. There it is.
Yep, there it is. I did remember. Hooray. Um, what do we got here on Tonberry sides? Looks like we are in the present sealed caves. The Siren Caves. What are these caves called again? Everything is
Uh,
sealed caves.
Caves upon caves. Welcome to Cave Story.
Caves of Banishment. No, I think that's the Maw Cave. Ah, I don't know. Toonberry's in a cave. It's sealed or whatnot.
Siren Caves, there we go.
Siren Cave.
Thank you, Rosa.
We've got so many names for so many areas, and then we have to name them twice distinctly because most areas also exist in both time zone or time periods.
At the very back is, I think
Was that a
that's
spindle?
uh,
No,
no,
a
it doesn't look
jerky.
like it.
I just barely caught the back item, but it
I
looks like
could
it was
have,
just a jerky.
I could have believed it was a spindle, but yeah, nothing,
Yeah,
nothing showing
I
up in
just
the camera.
saw brown and red, and I was, or brown and blue, and was like, was that the spindle? But it didn't appear on their tracker, so
Yeah.
false alarm. We've still got nothing on that front.
I think we still only have two open lasers on Tonberry's side, so now getting into the fortified castle yet, but we are going to see the bottom of Lake Serene. Surely there's going to be something there.
Yep, Jarno going and defeating our Zarion boss for that ice orb. Really happy about that. I can assure you.
And then Yarno taking on the other end of Lake Serene. We've got Present
Hello,
Dad on Cantrin, I think.
hello, Prince Dad. Yep, Prince Dad on Cantoran. Fortunately, we've got Time Stop. We've got Radiant Plus. We're just gonna melt through Prince Dad.
Oh, and there's a
There's the
spindle.
spindle. Man, if I had a nickel for every seed that I've watched played where there was an important piece of the time spinner on Cantoran, I'd have like 3 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but like this game
The
places
fact that it
items
happened
completely
3 times.
randomly. It's weird that it's happened this many times.
How many checks are there in this game?
There's like 220 some odd checks in this game.
Decently beefy.
Yeah, and there are only 5 pieces of the time spinner, and yet they always somehow manage to end up on Cantoran. I'm convinced he's just taken them. Like, I think he knows what's up. I think he's just taken them.
Got Royal Ring for Yarno.
Yep, I believe Jarno's doing something we haven't seen yet. I don't believe we've seen Maw Caves as we see Toonberry make their way over there. This could be the break Jarno has been looking for. He's been kind of following in the footsteps, but
Let's see what's in Jackpot Room. Having a weird order here. Oh, we got Royal
Royal
Towers for
Towers,
Tamworn Beacon.
very helpful. We haven't been there yet.
It's a decently high pipe cave.
We don't care about the librarian robes. We've got better equipment. You know, we gotta hope Jarno does not just put off Cantoran forever. Because I believe Jarno does not like going for extra bosses when he doesn't need to. I was
That is
frankly
fair.
surprised that he went for the Zarion spot.
Oh, bad placement there for Yarno.
Jarno, don't
You have
get
to go
cute
back
with your light
around.
walls. You should know this. You have the aura to spend. You don't need to conserve it too much. It's a skill we all develop.
Got light wall jail in chat there.
Whose emote is that? Jim's email emote?
Uh,
That's a good one. I hover over and it says Jim the prisoner, and so I'm inclined to believe it's Jim the Eternal's emote. Another very good rummer.
and here comes Maw fight for Yarno, taking a second to get through with the gun. And we got Varnagroth.
Jarno, your Radiant Orb. It's super effective. The Radiant Orb. Cast a few light walls inside him. Okay, you know what? Gun is pretty strong.
Who needs
Tonberry
Radiant
also
Orb
light
when
wall
you have?
jailing themselves.
Who needs Radiant Orb when you have gun?
It's just good supplemental damage. Come on. Actually, I'm not sure if Jarno picked up Radiant.
Yarno
At the
leaving behind
very worst, I can see that he has a light wall equipped.
Yarno leaving behind the chest and the shaft. We'll hope that it's not something important in there.
Well, also leaving the underwater. I'm not sure what he is planning, but I trust that he has a plan. Yeah.
Okay, I think he was tagging the time warp room.
Oh, did he not have that one yet? That's pretty smart then. We're gonna see what's in that vertical shaft chest.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
It's our last
Okay.
laser gate.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's what Jarno was doing.
Yeah, I didn't realize that the elevator went back down if you go to the warp room. That's something that I learned today.
New tech discovered. Thanks, Urza, for explaining it. Apparently, if you leave the zone and come back, the elevator returns to the bottom. I suppose that's probably just like a safety feature. To make sure that the elevator isn't at the top when you, defeat Ma or something.
Definitely makes sense, but the important thing is at this point, Yarno has something that Tonberry didn't have, but oh wait.
No, they both have it, and...
Oh yeah, he does have all three lasers, I missed that.
Yep. Jarno is missing the spindle at Cantoran, and the laser access at, I believe it was Twin's spot.
Yeah, I think it is Twins. Oh, they got it exactly at the same time, gotcha.
But before we go into the lab, what did Ma unlock? Cosmetics.
Oh well.
Very fun cosmetics. I didn't see what the other item was, but
At least we can take on the castle with maximum bling. Oh, taking the temporal gyres. Let's see if anything good comes out of that.
Temporal Gyre is the infinite gauntlet in vanilla, but it contains all of 3 checks in Randa, so it can be quite the waste of time. You can fight some pretty awful rooms in here. So a lot of runners will opt to skip it, but
at the very least, in the vertical shafts, you can take a warp shard to get out.
yep, if you're in any of the combat rooms, you can't, but once you get that third item, you can just warp shard back.
Absolutely. And you definitely don't want to be here without the time spinner wheel, because there is one enemy that can only be damaged if time is stopped. You can still get through otherwise. The room will eventually time out, but that'll be a big waste of time. Warp shard at the end,
there's a
using it to
like
get out.
30-second mercy, I believe, that will automatically open the doors. But the temporal gyre is not in logic without time stop because of that enemy. And we didn't find anything.
Yeah. Nothing groundbreaking. Tonberry taking a safe way through the bombs.
We're gonna skip present bombardiers because that
one. Oh,
can
Eternal Coat!
Eternal Coat. That's our best in slot armor.
Oh, and that's going to be Spindle for Jarno once he gets Dad down here.
Yep. We'll get Dad down pretty quickly. Dad does not particularly like being gun orbed.
I mean, I don't think anyone really appreciates being shot at.
No, but some people resist it more than others. Oh, something we didn't really mention. We've got trap items, and
we do.
Tonberry just got a neurotoxin trap, which drains all of your aura, and we still need aura for vertical.
At least it's a very short debuff. It's only about 10 seconds, but that will absolutely sap away all of your aura.
Yep, it is. It is only 10 seconds, but it does just eat all of your aura, and it makes you very sad. Most of the time, it's not super consequential, but when you're still single jump light walling around, it's a little bit more consequential to pick that one up.
Absolutely. Another check is going to be left behind here for lack of the Oculus ring.
I don't think we're going to be finding our Oculus ring, or if we do, the runners just will, I believe, ban me from ever generating a seed again. Which I think is a fair response to how this seed has been going.
Oh, there have been worse. There have been much worse.
I mean, yeah, there are definitely worse, but like, nobody likes single jump light wall only seeds. It's not a thing people like dealing with.
Not the ideal time, no.
We're gonna go preview that item. It's just a potion. We will not be seeing the end of Experiment 13.
A lot of like micro time saves that I really need to keep in mind here. Need to study these guys so I'm ready for Sunday.
Oh no, I think I cursed them. That was our Oculus ring. We can now break our breakable walls because we can see them now. Had no idea they existed earlier, but now we're omnipotent or something.
Now, does it just take having the Oculus ring, or do you have to be aware?
Yeah, you just need it collected. Gotcha. You don't have to have it equipped.
Yeah, I don't personally play with that flag very much, so...
No, I don't either. I don't think a lot of people end up playing with it, but I think it makes for a fun tournament.
Definitely add some spice to it.
Very, very clean lab.
Oh, there's a second gear.
Oh, is the Oculus ring bait? We're really hoping this Oculus ring is bait.
We'll see if it is. Still yet to see where the third time spinner gear is. And as soon as Tonberry gets that, they'll be able to go straight to the pyramid and finish this game.
Yeah, thing to note, Tonberry cannot just warp out of lab. Once you activate the lab danger scenario, it removes your last used warp, so you cannot warp shard. So does have to go and defeat Genza in order to warp again. Otherwise, I believe we would see them immediately head to Pyramid,
I
clear
don't
that
think
out,
they
and hope that the
realize
last
that.
gear is there. I didn't realize that either until
Tonberry
Deliberation.
last one
We're gonna
here
go
and
fight it.
fighting the Raven Lord location. Let's hope that it's not Raven Lord behind it. Now we got
Nope, that's Emperor Volterolus,
yes,
or something like that. He's got a fun name. We're gonna punch him in the face.
Volterrible.
Yep, I think we picked up a Bleak Ring at some point. I missed that. Because that was dealing more and more damage.
I believe
Volterolus
that
is...
is. I believe that is at the cost of taking more and more damage. The more damage you deal, and there's the last. There's the
That
last
you still can't
gear.
Warp Shard. Still gotta go clear out the lab.
Still got to clear the lab, but at least we have pending go mode for Tonberry.
The deliberation was right. You did... What are you
That
doing,
was
Tonberry?
a lot of pieces on bosses.
There were. A lot of pieces of the puzzle were on bosses. We had one of our laser gate accesses, which is what Jarno's really looking for right now. On our twin spots, we had one of the gears obviously behind that Merchant Car Ravenlord spot, and we had the spindle on Pantaran. A lot of bosses required that would normally be very optional.
We had Zarian on
Very
Professor going down very fast, and that will allow Tonberry to go over to the pyramid and finish this.
Yep. Finally clearing out lab, allowed to use the warp room, and they will be done shortly after our final boss gauntlet. 2 bosses. Let's see what they are. I don't believe we've seen Boots yet, so that could be a rough one.
We have not seen Boots. We have not seen Ravenlord. I don't think we've seen. If we're starting with Nightmare.
Nightmare is very weak to radiant damage. Will not be
And go
sticking around
down
too
like a
long.
blast. Look at that. Boss
That's
number 2
5,000
is
HP, by the way. Just gone. And Elena, weak
I go with
to
Alana.
aura damage. So we're gonna be punching Alana in the face. It's flooded as well.
Are we gonna get
We're
sub
gonna be
50?
done. We're going to be done here very
Gonna be
shortly.
real close, and it is sub 50. Tonberry
Exclamation
Games
point for
taking this
Tonberry.
race.
What a wonderful show in there.
Absolutely. Good game, good game.
Really good use of orb swapping to really maximize that damage. We'll see if we can get them in once I find the race time room. We'll see if Jarno wants to finish up.
Looks like probably not. He's marked a forfeit in the race time room, so
Yeah. They will be.
yeah, there we go.
They have forfeited, so we'll get them in here, get them in for an interview, hopefully.
We got one in the waiting room. Hello, hello.
Well, hello there.
GG's, welcome on in, Jarno.
Thank you.
Is it Jarno or Yarno? I'm never sure.
It's Jarno.
Okay.
Alright.
Everyone just call me Jarno, so I'm used to it actually.
Fair enough.
Americans.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So let's see what you get. You got the C card as well. You actually got the Oculus Ring. Oh, nice. Alright.
Yep. So it was the laser gate access you were missing. Your remaining 2 gears were in the lab. Was at the Twins location. Twins at Twins.
Twins. Yeah. I was really at a big dead at that start. It cost me like 4 minutes, something like that. So at that point I was like gonna skip a lot of things because I can't have time for those things anymore.
Yeah. But sometimes it's the one check that you skip that's gonna make all the difference.
Yeah, what's the chance gonna be, right? To be easy. But, unfortunately, oh well.
It looks like I need to...
Okay, stop the timer, by the way. I wasn't gonna win. Well, I mean, even if I would have won, I would have probably lost the next round anyway, because Grimdal is up for you. It's gonna be a tough challenge.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a spicy one, isn't it?
Yeah.
But at the very least, I mean, it is your story does not end here. This is double elimination, as you know, so we're gonna see again.
Yep.
Yeah, but let's go pull that bracket up. I'm sure I've got that around here somewhere. Sorry,
I have so
I
many
for whatever
tabs
reason
open.
cannot make invites. Can you see if you can get an invite to Tonberry or Tonberry? I for whatever reason can't.
I
I can just copy paste my invite. I think that works.
I think those are single use.
yeah, it
we're
says
doing
invite
our
shall be
best.
disabled on my end.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah, it
there we
works.
go.
It's not a single use.
We finally got it there. So I do apologize for single jump light wall the seed. That's my bad.
It's okay. It's okay. Hi.
It just
Welcome
opens up a
on
different
in.
way for me.
This
Welcome
was
on in.
quite a seed.
Yes, it was. I feel the need to apologize again. That's my bad.
There's only so much you can apologize.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Start with double plus orbs, so that's nice. Yeah.
Starting with plus orbs is always feels good.
Yeah, at least you weren't damage starved. You were just vertical starved.
Yep.
And at the very least, the Oculus Orb didn't really come into play. Like, who was it? I think was it Tonberry who got the?
I got it in the lab on my way.
Yeah.
To,
and
Yeah,
then
Oculus was in lab with the remaining 2 gears.
and then
really,
no need to worry.
You're
about
probably pretty happy you opted into that Ravenlord fight to get that last gear. Otherwise, you could have gone on a magical journey with that Oculus ring.
I definitely would have done that. I won't even lie. I would have done that.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Like, oh, I just got this thing. I had better go check it. But fortunately, you did find that last gear before you went on your magical
Yeah,
journey.
No kidding. And I didn't. And where it put me in the pyramid was exactly where I needed to be. I didn't need to find out if the section of the pyramid was flooded or not. Otherwise, I would have had to done a light wall climb.
Yeah,
that's
it's very sad. That would have been very fun and not
Yeah, I was
tedious
getting
at
it as
all.
well.
single
oh my
jump
God.
light wall climb up the shaft. Eesh.
Yeah, I hope that's gonna be the case, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious where the rest of the vertical was, but
I'm
fortunately,
curious,
you guys seem to have managed.
managed to an extent.
Managed as well as single jump light wall can be managed.
Yeah.
Well, good job for both of you, and we will. Hang on, I had the bracket
the
open
bracket.
here. So, Tonberry, you're going to be going up against the winner of Krimdal and Ragnoff, and statistically probably Krimdal.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be Crimdall.
And then
Yep,
Jarno.
and on the same side of that coin, Jarno will be going against the loser of that match, it looks like.
Oh.
That makes the most sense here.
Okay.
So probably right now.
Hopefully got Crimdall in.
Good luck with
Yep.
that race.
So yes, as Garrett is pointing out, we are about to start with another Timespinner race over on Channel 3. It's got to be Nochibato versus Silent Brow. And then we have another one later this evening. We got Mike Nicopi versus Ezra 3, and that's at 7 p.m. Eastern. And of course, a lot more fun times here on the Speedgaming Network. Lots of runs of various games. You gotta find something that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, plenty of things happening. But if you want to watch more Timespinner, that is starting
Shortly.
soon. Very, very soon. On
Roughly
Speedgaming
now.
3. Yeah. So, if you want more Timespinner, go over there. We've got more matches today. There's also the one late at 7 p.m. Eastern. Back here at Speedgaming 4. Lots of Timespinner today if you want to watch.
Indeed. Any final thoughts, anyone?
Go follow our runners.
Yes, follow our runners. We got Tonberry.
Jarno made this game.
Yeah,
Well,
Jarno
he
made
didn't
the
make the game.
rando.
He made the randomizer.
He made a rando.
Lunar
Yeah.
Ray Games, who is also in this tournament, made this game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give everyone a follow. Everyone who's in the
Absolutely.
tournament, give them a follow.
Everyone gets follows.
You get a follow. You get a follow. Everyone gets a follow. Anyway, let's go follow up with Channel 3 and get into some more Timespinner racing.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks for joining us here. I don't know if there's anything coming up on 4, but once again, we do have that upcoming match on 3. So hope to see you over there.
The Timespinner match this evening is going to be right here on 4. That's the only other thing today.
Yep.
All right. Well, I've been ACZ. With me has been Julio MZX. And take care, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. See you later.
Have a good one.